All right, Mr. Masaran, Mehmet. Let's play our rapid game. This is a redeem game for the channel points. That's an option if you're a constant presence on my channel, then you get the viewing points, right? So if you redeem enough points, you can get a game. Haven't been done that much because, you know, there was a lot of going on of chess events, but hopefully we can do this later more. All right, Scandinavian. Scandinavian. All right, I do know they play like this. And the whole point is trying to get the pieces very active. Very active pieces. Alright, let's kick this bishop first. Yeah, if you play like this, then you allow potentially d5 was probably good, but I kind of like this. It's pretty standard. And then 95, yeah. Hello, Mr. Soren. Yes, I'm streaming our game, man. Yeah, I'm gonna do the simul after this game for this week. The Wednesday simul was for the last week, so I'm catching up to them. All right, but usually they don't play like this. And the reason being is that there's a lot of action in the center coming up. The only question, should I play f4 and go after your bishop or not? Yeah, going after your bishop looks good. The knight on e5 is a monster. In training, yeah. Which is why they usually play knight d7 before bishop d6, so you can take on e5, yeah. And then you run into d5, and there's like a lot of theory, which I barely remember. I actually don't remember anything, but I remember the main idea for white was to try to go for d5 thanks to this pin. So, right, now this knight on e5 is a big monster. So, I don't know. Looks like black might be in a bit of a trouble. How big? I don't know. How big of a trouble? Well, f5, the threat is of course to play f5, and if you take, then there is a discovered check coming, right? So you gotta do something with your king to prevent this f5. The other option is to take on e5, but I don't really like it, because then after I take with the pawn, where does this guy go? Yeah, if you go to d5, I can take and play f5, for example. But I'm gonna play f5 regardless, so you don't really want to take this guy. So the question, where you castle, here or there, but okay. I don't want to... hello, Mr. Falcon. Hello, Underkid. Yeah, I don't want to give you suggestions, you know, it's your game, man. Yeah, we're playing a redeem channel points game, guys. So I'm sure quite a few have some of those mega points saved. So remember, you can redeem those channel points, right, for the opening choice or whatever. A lot of ways to redeem your channel points. All right, then just h5, yeah? Just go for it. Go for this bishop. And let's see if this attack is going to be any strong. No, but that's definitely not a good idea. Because then I can take I can play g5 and open your king, yeah. Should be very scary. In addition, you know, thanks to the presence of this bishop, there's a lot of things like that. Can take, take, knight b5, take on d6, probably winning. You take on a2 though, and creates some threats which I don't really like. Can take on g6. Okay, let's take here first maybe. h5, the idea of opening the h file is also very strong. You should post on Twitter whenever my stream starts. It's not a bad idea. I used to do that, but you know, usually the people who have my channel notification, they just get the notification. All right. And then you just grab stuff, yeah. My God. My God, so much stuff I can grab here. Oof. All right, let's grab your piece, man. You can save it, but at what cost? Yeah, it's true. I don't sit on Twitter much. I keep forgetting about it. I'm trying to figure out how this whole YouTube thing works finally. So, trying to pay attention to that a little bit. All right, let's see. Okay, and if I grab your queen and grab the rook, well, it's extra rook. So anyway, there is a simul today, but you gotta be my subscriber to take part in it. So just a hint. I try to get the weekly simuls. If I don't get them weekly, then I try to schedule a replacement simul. Let's see. I watched this Naka match, which was kind of an anticlimactic a little bit. Yeah, it was kind of incredible, of course, the way Fabi collapsed. It was just collapsed. It has to, I think it was something to do with psychology. Naka came in this t-shirt, you know. It was like, there was this very famous Vysotsky Russian bard's song about Fischer, his match with Fischer. And it was something like this. So Naka came in a small shirt, big biceps, yeah. This crazy aggressive attitude, throwing pawns, sacrificing stuff, playing Sierra Morrow gambits. Yeah. Crazy. Yeah. Yeah, I think Fabi was shocked with the amount of aggression he faced from Naka. And he kind of collapsed a little bit. Because if they play normally, Fabi beats him, yeah? His understanding of the strategic game is like second only maybe to Magnus. But that was pretty funny. Let's see, is my stream going? Yes, it's going. All right, rook e4. So, all right, you know, trade stuff. Remember when I say when you have extra material, just trade things down to the basic pawn piece, extra piece level, and then your opponent has no pieces to play with, no counterplay. So that's how you utilize your material advantage. Simplification. Grab. Right. Okay, and all right, thank you for the game, Mr. Soren. Let's quickly go over the opening part and see if I remember this correctly. So bishop d2 should be played first. I think bishop c4 is okay. Bishop d2 I think is fine. Yeah, h3 and then queen e2. The idea is that then, you know, if I play queen e2 and then h3, you don't take on f3 and then I don't waste time. So after h3 first, bishop h5, and then the threat of g4. And if you take on f3, then queen takes on f3 immediately. So h3 had to be played first, yeah. But okay, queen e2 is not a big mistake. So castle. Right, and there is several moves. Knight d7, bishop e7. And again, you see the difference, right? I played h3, now you can take on f3, and you win a tempo because I played queen e2. Which is still advantage white, because bishop pair, yeah, potential g4, g5 attack. Because after this, knight e5, you see the evaluation, right? It's plus 0.5. Because, you know, again, pair of bishops, but also f4 is coming. Actually, I misplayed it. I played f4, and I could have played rook e1, threatening to take here and here, but also h4 is possible, yeah. But I think f4 is okay. It's still +1. Castles, h4, and you had to play b5 here. This is mandatory move, because you need to get squares for your pieces, get away squares, right? For example, if I play like this, you can play b4, and now your bishop can survive, yeah? You can go into the center. Then, of course, we run into this whole problem. And then it's... then maybe black is okay. There's still some attack, but okay, you survive, yeah? Yeah. g1 is the second move, which is probably more logical because you just go for an attack and you go g5, g6 and open for the attack because it's not easy to get to this guy. And you sort of don't have attack here, so you gotta play c5 maybe. But then white is first, yeah. The computer suggests this, 94. And then we have dc5. Probably bishop b3, take. Queen takes, and then yeah, knight c5. And we get the structure. This is probably a very important move because now you fix this king. And probably even queen d4 is very interesting. The rook endgame is always a little bit better for white because these pawns are very dangerous, while these pawns are being held with a pawn chain, and if you play f5 then there's always a risk of the rook going to the 7. Alright, you're welcome, Mr. Soren. Yeah, so b5 had to be played. I have a feeling I should take this actually. And then go bishop d3. And then this structure is not clear. Apparently the computer thinks this is better for white. I mean, it should be better. I mean, the attack is really coming. But black has some counterplay. It's very interesting how white plays like this, threatening knight g5. And if knight e4, then you play bishop f4. Because if you take with a pawn, there is queen e4 and queen f5, yeah. And you grab this small advantage. Yeah, it's the same thing. So then the computer comes up with this move, and he sacrifices this thing. Why not e4? Because suddenly the attack is too strong, yeah? Because wrong rook, yeah? And if you play with this rook, what's the difference? There is no difference, really. Wait, black is better, yeah? Oh, you play queen f3. So this rook goes, leaves this pawn unprotected, and you use it immediately, yeah? And then you're trying to take this, attacking this knight. Black has extra piece, but you recapture it. So d2 check. Gotta take it, otherwise rook e1. And g6, g5, and bingo, black managed to get a fortress using my own pawn. It's very, very interesting. Now white has no attack, yeah? Everything is closed. White has extra pawn, but no attack, and potentially this knight can go to d5, rook to e6, and everything is on the light squares, bishop cannot touch, yeah? So that's why the computer says it's almost equal. Pretty interesting. Спасибо, солнышко мое. Pretty interesting. All right, so oh yeah, there's also h5 here. Very interesting move. You gotta take, otherwise you open the file, right? So you take, and what is this position? It doesn't seem like white should have an advantage because king is still protected. Potentially there are some files here, but this knight makes a lot of difference. Yeah. But also black has his own trumps. Probably knight bd5, yeah. And this king is kind of weak, yeah. Rook b8, queen b6, c5, trades. White has only this knight, which gives him probably equal game, but this king is more open than this one. Yeah, so h5 probably doesn't work. Yeah, so yeah, so this looks most reasonable. Alright, now we come to this very interesting idea. h5. You sacrifice 2 pieces, but you get this pawn, a huge ram, and this bishop is alive. And for some reason, king b1 must be played, not rook takes d2. I don't understand. This, I do not understand why there's such a huge difference. Besides, don't you, when you take this pawn, don't you switch your rook over to the h file? Why is it so bad? Hello, Mr. The Worst in Chess. Thank you for subscribing. Yeah, we'll have the simul coming up very shortly, but I'm trying to figure out why king b1 is better than rook takes d2. Probably has to do with the fact that if you take with the rook, there's some tactics with bishop f4 and pin, yeah. And if you play king b1, for example, rook e8, now you can take, yeah, and you take with a knight and there is no bishop f4, yeah. I mean, there is bishop f4, but king f7, just f5, rook d2, white has rook and a pawn and still huge attack. But if you take here, hoping to keep this pawn alive, g5 makes a lot of sense, but knight e5 is probably best. So this pawn is alive, protected by the bishop, but the problem is this bishop c2, and there is still massive attack. Knight b6, rook h5, rook e7, and the bishop is coming, which will be 1, 2, 3, 4, hitting this guy, and the knight is not in time to get here. And white either captures this pawn, which eliminates this bishop from here, or black has to give up this pawn. Okay. And if black takes on e5, knight d5 does not work because rook h7 mate into the threat. You gotta take rook h1. But this is not so clear. Queen h2 g5 also makes sense, but apparently rook h7 is stronger. It's kind of weird, to be honest, because rook on h7 usually creates no mating threats. Why is it better? I mean, compared to queen h2 when you open the whole king side, yeah, that doesn't seem right. All right, let's check it. Queen h2, h6, g5. You gotta take. I mean, the queen is coming, yeah. Ah, okay, so queen takes g7. Yeah, but still take on d2. And rook f3. And the whole point is that the queen comes to the defense. And then you sort of create active defense and black is better. Because there is rook f1 potentially. Wow. So white wasted so many tempies that the computer says you have to take immediately. Yeah. What is the threat? The threat is that you cannot move this rook because you lose this rook. So why can't you just play the same? And the threat is check, check, and check. Okay. Right, that's pretty dangerous, yeah. And if you trade, the idea is queen f7 followed by rook h1. Wow. The fact that the bishop can come here probably doesn't even matter, yeah? Because knights have no squares. All right. Yes, engines are permitted, but because simul is a learning experience. So if you're hard stuck on a position, then you're allowed to use the engine sort of to give you an idea. But because this is an educational experience, the whole point is you have to find some moves and you have to try to understand why this engine move is recommended, okay? So it's encouraging you to think. It's not just, follow blindly the engine move and just, reproduce them in your game. No, the point is you have to think. If you cannot find something, get some help, right? And try to understand why this move is recommended. And if it's part of like a larger plan, like you see how I am analyzing and I'm trying to understand why certain moves the engine recommends compared to the others, and then you have to go like really deep, like 5-6 moves in to understand, how things play out, because obviously you cannot see it immediately, yeah? Even for the grandmaster, it's very hard to see like why is this huge difference in evaluation right now. But once you go in and you see some moves and you try and you understand, it's a learning experience, right? So for example, now I understand that here, okay, Mr. Sovereign played this, and after this is just a lost game. h5 and g5, g6 was completely winning. But I think this is also winning because, too many pawns are gone. And there is also piece. Yeah, he had to play queen c4, I thought. And then sort of try to take this pawn or something, but of course it's nothing. So the game was over pretty much probably here. Yeah, you have to be very careful in the opening when he plays Scandi defense. Yeah, f4, and you see it's like big advantage. The computer likes rook d1 or rook e1, but again, the problem is this bishop. Yeah, it gets hit with all the pawns, which is useful for white. Which is why when white plays h3, usually black just gives up this bishop, so you don't give your opponent all these tempos, which are very useful moves for white. All right, so this was the redeem channel points game. Now we go to the main program, which is a simul. If you're my subscriber, you know what to do. You can challenge me. It's 60 minutes, 60 seconds increment, or 45 minutes, 45 seconds increment, okay? All right, hi, Mr. Panktirefiran. So this simul is for this week, okay? Because next week we have some new Earthings Masters playing or something coming up, so I'm not sure if I can play the simul next weekend, but I'll let you know, guys. All right. There's some tournaments in progress, but not many streamers. Some people are playing. CCL playoffs. What is the CCL? Chess League. Ah, it's college. Okay. No idea. Well, unless, guys, you don't want to do a simul today. Other games, challenges coming. And if you guys don't want to do simul, I can try to do some arena or something. I haven't done that in a very long time, so let's see. All right, that means we go here. Wait, how to do this new event? New arena. All right, we can do arena for, I don't know. What do you guys want to do? Which opening you guys want to do arena for? We can do arena. We can try it. Yeah. All right, so we got to make sure you guys have some time to think. It's not going to be 3-0. It's going to be 3-1. Okay. So you don't get flagged very hard. It's 4-8. We can do an arena in. Can we do it like in? In half an hour maybe? Duration. Okay, I can do 2 hours arena, no verified, set up standard. Minimum games, I don't know what that means. Alright, so I don't want to do London arena, let's do Dutch defense arena, okay? And we need to do the book opening. Let's do Dutch defense. All right. So if you guys want to do the arena, we can do the arena. It starts in half an hour. All right. So you got to be my club member to join. If you want to be a club member, just join the club. Okay. So let me change this actually to club arena today. We haven't done this in a very long time. So let's do that. Let's make it club arena tonight. Dutch defense, 2 hours, 3-1. Start 10 p.m. CD. Alright, hopefully it works. Okay. Alright. So we have an arena in half an hour. We can watch some games in the meantime. I got a message. I don't know about this. Okay. There's women's candidates tournaments. Apparently, but wasn't it finished? Lei Ting Yi beat Tang Jung Yi. All Chinese final. This was very interesting. Let me see this. Yeah, Anna's been trying to be a world champ for a very long time now. It's kind of weird that she is not there. Equal position. All right, what is this? This is Grunfeldt. I remember I played this when I was yeah, the whole point of this is that this pawn is indirectly protected because if you take, there is a fork and the bishops are well placed. Yeah, this bishop is protecting this thing, looking here, And black is just looking for ways to get in because these bishops are not really doing anything. In order for white to make progress, you have to play d5 or go or something like this. It's not going to be simple. All right. So we have 2 people in the arena. Are there more people in the arena? Nope. Okay. So what happened here? e5. Okay, e5. Yeah, I don't understand why rook b8, knight e7, knight d5, bishop c6 is not played. Rook d5 with the idea of rook b5 probably. Forcing the trade and then you attack. But okay. It looks also okay from black. Again, if you get the chance to put the knight on d5, you absolutely should. So I don't see the reason why black wouldn't do that. But again, black is just completely fine. Yeah, bishop c6 and then knight c4. Yeah, so it's easy draw for black. I mean, I've played this against Karpov like in 91, man. Yes, also, you know, this modern trend to take and put the queen on g3 and go for the endgame is a little bit better for white. Bishop, yeah, okay, so same thing, right? So we got this endgame. Endgame is better for white. This is a little bit sus move. I mean, you're down a pawn, right? This pawn is getting protected. So you really need to counterattack something. Yeah. To be honest, I don't understand why white would give his central pawn here. It's probably some new theory or something. Rook h5 is very hard to understand. I mean, the only reason I understand, okay, bishop e3 then makes sense because you want a castle and then you want to double your rooks here because it's a very strong pawn. Yeah, but you don't get to castle. Yeah, there's this move. So this rook cannot be brought over to the h-file. So the only way to play is bishop c4, king e2, and then double, yeah. So bishop c4 is played, prevents also rook d5. Okay, and black is sort of clamped, right? She's got extra pawns, she can play c5. But this rook is tied up to this pawn cannot move because of this pawn. And black is very, very passive. So that's why she plays h6. She's giving up material back, but then you sort of get some space for your pieces, yeah. So, but if you take, then it's absolutely nothing. Actually, it's not nothing. The pawn structure, because of this double pawns, is a little bit better for white. I don't like this move. Yeah, I don't like this move. G4 looks better. If you get to pawn to G5 and fix these guys, and then you sort of play this 2 bishops and then potentially push 3 versus 2 here. G5 pawn is not easily captured. Probably advantage white, but after this and king c7 just draw. Rook f2, critical move. Just draw. All right. That was a draw, and yeah, if you don't win, then you lose. Yeah. So this is critical game. Queen a4. This is actually a very popular move in Grunfeld these days. Am I missing something? Nope. All right, so queen a4 is like a very old move, but it's now regaining in popularity because there are very sharp lines after 97, c5, knight b6. Yeah, and you know, c5, knight c5, or e5. There are a lot of plans for black to play, but it's not so simple. And queen d6. Yeah, I don't think Anna should have gone into the endgame against this Chinese girl, because Anna's endgames are like, they're okay, but it's not like your best, strongest part of the game. Yeah. So this is pretty much theory. The computer really doesn't like this move. I mean, from Grunfeld perspective, makes perfect sense. You want to get c5 in, open the bishop. Yeah. Ideally, you want to play rook c8 and get c5 in. But after queen b3, yeah, the drawback of this move is that white has very easy idea, a4, a5, followed by bishop a3. And then this knight is really not that good. I mean, this knight goes to b6 and Grunfeld a lot, but only, you know, with the idea of black plays bishop e6 and you try to get control of the square, you get a very easy c5 and get knight to c4. But I don't see how you get this knight to c4 in this position. Queen e6, yeah? Yeah, queen e6, queen c2, bishop e6. Ah, there's d5. Yeah, it's still okay from black, yeah. c6, correct. Queen c7, a little bit passive. Computer likes queen f4, which is very hard to understand. Why queen f4? And if I take rook e8, I push the bishop back. Oh, bishop e5, yeah. Ah, sneaky. So, you don't have g3 because bishop is hanging. Nice, queen f4. So this threat of bishop e5 is extremely relevant, yeah. Suddenly you get this queen h2 coming. So queen c7 standard, but a little bit passive. Bishop f6, also standard. This is definitely not correct, because there's bishop g4 here potentially. Yeah, now white pawns are coming. See, white managed to get pawns here, hit this weakness, and the knight is still not blocking anything. If the knight is on c5 in this position, black is okay, but also h5 is not good. Yeah, h5 is definitely something that you don't want to play because of g4. And then if you take, there is mate on the h file. If you play h4, there is g5, and this, you lose the pawn. So whatever you do in Grunfeld, you don't want to play h5 here. Yeah, so big problems for black in this position. So maybe you shouldn't have taken this pawn if you're not ready. And the computer suggests bishop e5. With the idea of bishop d6 and f6, and then try to keep the block along the black squares, but I don't like this position for black. Yeah, so knight c8, knight d6, b6 makes a lot of sense. Again, knight belongs on d6. I think she missed bishop g4. And now it's just G4, yeah, it's just winning, yeah. Just completely winning. Pair of bishops, huge attack, weak king, terrible knight. Pretty much anything wins. This endgame, 2 extra pawns for whites. There's no chance to make a blockade, f4. Yeah. Alright, I think this is an old game, yeah. So guys, we have a club arena on Dutch defense. If you guys want to join it, feel free. You gotta be a club member. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna do the simul today, but you know, apparently people a little bit tired from last simul Wednesday. So we're gonna do the club arena. And you're gonna practice some Dutch defense. Probably people did not expect me to stream tonight, but here we are. I gotta stream tonight. Yeah, let's hope it works, you know. What's going on? Nothing much. We're having a Dutch arena for the club players. I was gonna do a simul, but yeah, we just had one on Wednesday, yeah, so probably no simul. Unless you guys want to do simul tomorrow, but you have to let me know, yeah, because I don't know if you want to simul tomorrow or not. Because the simul on Wednesday was for last weekend when I was sick. For this weekend, we can have the simul, but I don't know, guys, if you want or not. You can probably have it tomorrow. Sort of taking a small break because of all the chess events happening. And next week we're gonna have another Everything Masters, right? Event coming up again. Qualifications, play in. Hopefully qualify to the knockouts. And hopefully this time I qualify to Division 2, not Division 3. The dream is to qualify to Division 1. But I don't feel like I can do it. I mean, not now. To qualify to Division 1, you need to really study theory, you need to practice, you need to devote a lot of time to chess. Studying chess, yeah. I don't have that energy. Okay. So, Spring Chess Group A. Who is playing in the Spring Chess Group A? We have Sam Sivian, Quesadas, Wirtz, Yu, Nizhnik. We have actually Darka playing there, wow. Glidura, Bok, Yakuboev, and Mishra. Not a bad tournament, actually. Alright, there's some games. Draw, black wins. Yakuboev loses. Sivian beats Darka. This should be interesting. Darka has very good results lately. He qualified to the World Cup from the European Chess Championship. I think he shares second, third there. Serrano won the first place. And we have Classic Berlin. Yeah, Rookie 1 is very old line. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is a little bit unpleasant for black, but he should hold this. g5. Yeah, it's not an easy position to play, obviously. What's wrong with king e7? What? Oh, rook d3. Oh. This is very sneaky. Nice. And you get your bishop back. And you get extra pawn. You gotta keep it, yeah? Bishop e5. Pretty sure Sam prepared all this. King e7. But then you take, rook d7. Yeah, this is very unpleasant. Still not easy to win. Rook on d2 is very active. Very active rook. Okay, so far so good. I recall recently Sam had an experience playing the rook endgame versus Nakamura. They also had like a 4 rook endgame, which Naka won, but I think he confused Sam like so much with his weird moves. h4, the idea is to play rook e1, but okay, this is wrong, yeah. So I'm curious, what's the difference between if you take rook e1? Oh, then you have, oh, you have this check and rook takes f2. Ah. Or rook a1, rook, okay, and there's a mate threat. That's even better. And if you take immediately, then wait, this is a draw. Rook f6 check, check. What is the difference? The difference is that the king is on f5 versus the king is on e5. What does it matter? Why give a check? Why allow white to get his king here? It's pretty weird. Yeah, you need to keep king here, stuck protecting this pawn. This looks equal. But why is this winning? No, it's not winning, the same thing. So it's draw. Alright, so it is draw. So you have to play rook c2 here. And this is very close to, this is a draw. Because this king is not coming anywhere. And if you play f3, the point is you play h3. And you are cutting off this king now. And it's just draw. Okay. So the only way for white to play for win here is probably just to push this guy. Rook c8. Hi, Mr. Binix. Thank you for subscribing. Yeah, so this is the only way to play for win, probably. King f6, c6. Right, because if you play king g7 now, it's lost. Yeah. King g7 is very logical. You stop the check. Yeah. But you have, yeah, this should be win. Yeah, because you take this pawn and then you hit this pawn. So maybe it's not a draw, actually. Yeah, this looks like a win. So maybe black should play a little bit more active. So rook c8. Like maybe king g4, and then h3. Yeah, then it's a draw, yeah. So king g6 is too passive. So you have to play king g4. And you don't allow white to push this pawn here. And then c7 and take, yeah. Because of king h2, very nice move. Means you cannot take this pawn because of check, check. Rook trade, yeah. King g5, and then you have f3. Damn, this is such a complicated rook endgame actually. Now it looks winning for white. Because now you just play this, yeah, and you grab these two pawns. Okay, but this is the only way to win for white. You have to play this, you have to play this. So, and if I play h3, just take. Oh, this is the way to play it, because you break up white pawns, okay? So potentially what you want to do is you want to trade this pawn for this pawn, and then you get rook and king versus rook and king and these two pawns, which is a theoretical draw. But isn't this a win? Isn't this a win? Ah, you keep this. You make sure you trade these pawns. Okay. F4 is just. Alright, when is our arena starting? In 4 minutes. Guys, we have an arena. Alright. Coming soon. So we're gonna practice some Dutch defense today. Thank you for subscribing, Mr. Popil. All right, because we haven't done an arena in a very long time. I hope it works. So f4 makes sense. King e6 makes sense. You're stopping f5 and you're keeping king close to this guy. King f2 makes sense. King d6. f5. Oh, f5 is rook c5. Damn. So many nuances, yeah. So king e2. Then you can take the pawn. Damn. So c7, right? c7, king d7. Yeah, but then we get this endgame, which is a draw, because it's these two pawns. All right, so it's very hard for white to make progress here. So this holds the draw, and you have to take, otherwise it's just h2 check, yeah. So it's a draw. In the game happened check, rook f1, f3, and it's just a win. Because white wins this, he plays h3. He missed g3 check, or this, and king h3. Yeah, I mean, if white even trades these pawns are too far apart. And this is a win. But this is even an easy win. Alright, so this was game between Sam versus Dartha. It is a game in progress, actually. Looks like Catalan. Some Queen's Gambit, probably. I don't know, Italian. What is this? Like, looks like Nimzo. pretty strange move, but okay. And the queen goes to h4, okay. Alright, well, it's exciting opening. What can we say? Very exciting. And if bishop moves back to h8, there is some tricks here for white probably. 92 apparently is the best move. What exactly? Well, the point is you want to put the knight on e4 to attack this guy, yeah. And you're also taking care of this entry point squares, opening the bishop. So it makes perfectly good sense. And if rook c8, then you have 95 tactical trick, which is why the computer plays bishop e6 here, or rook e8, yeah. Because you need to get this rook away from the spin. Yeah, and if white plays now 94, it's just knight b3. All right, we got a game started. Let's go. So we have a little Dutch defense day today. Guys, feel free to join. I kind of like bishop b4 here. All right, we actually have some people. Nice. d5. Throw a little wrench into works. A proverbial wrench. All right, grab. Take c4. Let's see where this bishop goes. Probably bishop a3. We got some very strong bishops. Knight probably goes here. I mean, probably could play, but I wanted knight b5. Yeah, I want knight here on d6. That's why I play knight d4, which is why usually you play a6. Or maybe you could play d5 immediately. So maybe bishop d6 was a little bit more to the point. But if you allow me to play knight b5, then white is probably a little bit better. A little bit better. Thank you for following. All right, guys. Arena today, Dutch defense. Gotta join my club. Club command is this. Join the club, join the arena. It's gonna be for 2 hours. 3-1, you have time to think. I haven't done arenas in a very long time. How to join the arena? You join the club, and there is usually something at the club level which says there is an event. Live tournaments, arenas, nope. Okay, so we'll have to give you the link to the arena, I guess. Huh. Link copied to the clipboards. All right, let's see. Can you click on this? That works? Okay. All right, gentlemen. Hope that worked. Back to d6. Beautiful knight. It's a beautiful night. Ah, ah, ah. It's a beautiful night. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Da, 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 da. Thank you for following. Those who are new, you can join the club and join the arena. Arena is here. Okay. All right, so maybe e3. You're gonna play knight d4, but then your rook will be hanging, so e3 looks okay. Boom. Tactics, Mr. X-Lame. Tactics. Okay. Do a lot of tactics, dude. I'm happy with the endgame draw. All right. Yeah, but first you gotta join the club. Club is here, and then you join the tournament. All right. Huh. So it's very interesting. Okay, probably e3, yeah. I mean, we move the bishop out and then we play e3. This looks pretty logical. Logical. This allows d5, but then d5 is usually not that great. So bishop d3. Let's just continue our developments. 92. Push the bishop out. I expected bishop e7. I think bishop on e7 makes a little bit more sense, to be honest. Alright, let's grab this bishop, yeah. Let's grab this bishop. No, Mr. Polpil, come on. You had to play knight d8. Yeah, knight goes to d8 f7. That's a standard Dutch defense knight. You play knight c6, and this knight moves to d8 f7, and he becomes the King's Indian knight. Okay? He protects everything on f7. One of the best squares in Dutch defense. This whole point you play f5, so you can put the knight on f7 later. Okay? They kind of go hand in hand together. It's like key and lock. Alright? Alright, thank you for following. Those who are new, you can join the club and then join the tournaments. White to move. Okay. Alright, there are two ways to play this. d6 or e6. In this case, we can play e6. Sometimes you can play d5 even. But I want to keep the pawn on d6 maybe. Yeah, you can play that too. And if I castle, what is this interesting plan? Maybe it's not so interesting. Usually they don't take on f6. You kind of need that knight for something. You can take it, it's okay. White is always a little bit better here, because this pawn on e6 kind of sucks. Hey, Mr. Mado. There is a link to the tournaments. You want to join? Feel free. Alright, we can probably actually play e5 here, yeah, because we have queen f2. This kind of leads to massive exchanges and a draw. Oh, you're net? Okay, great. Yeah, well, they seem to fix it. Yeah, it works. Remember, like when I tried to do arenas on chess.com in the past, it would like sort of break down and not work at all. That was a big pain in the ass. Yeah. All right, b4, and if I play knight e7, and I played like a Frenchman. I played the Dutch like a Frenchman. Yeah, they were broken a lot, correct. Yeah, but now they seem to fix it, which is good. Although it's just the first tournament we're running, yeah. Alright, so we're gonna bring back some of those arenas then, yeah. There's queen e4 here. Should we be scared? Nah. It's just a check, yeah. It's just one check. Alright, dilemma, take. I kind of like knight f4. That's the whole point. Because, you know, you have rooks, knight on f4. I think black is better now. Because this knight is very, very strong. This queen is not going to be here for a very long time. But we get knight and bishop. And boom. Look at this position. You'll be down the material. Yeah. Alright, you survived the attack. Congrats, but I grab a pawn. Who will win, Nepo or Dink? Not that I care, but I think Nepo has experience from playing Magnus, which might be the key factor. Mr. Roya, you are down a whole pawn. Don't you think it's a little bit premature for a draw offer? And now you're down a second pawn. Yeah. Hey, Nish Theory, what's up? Alright, those of you who are new, joining the club is free. And then you can join these events if you want to. When you have extra pawns, just push them. I have a whole minute, man. Don't you think that's enough? Imagine trying to flag the Grandmaster down 2 queens. Alright, Mr. Roya. Alright, we got actually more people coming. Good. Yeah, this is a classical way for black to play if you don't like e6 and you want to play Leningrad still. And that's sort of how you do it. E4. Yeah, I didn't play e5 in time, yeah. My bad. And now white is better. I agree. I agree. Creating a threat. Will my opponent see it? No, he doesn't. Alright, good for me. Tactics, Mr. JCM. Tactics is your friend. It can be your friend. It could be your enemy, I don't know. I mean, rook f7 then probably is also good, but I don't see a problem with this. I do not see a problem with this at all. Check. Check. And we grab a whole rook, and we got a raid from UTD Chess Club. Thank you for the raid, guys. Really appreciate it. We're doing thematic Dutch Defense Arena. So if you're not a part of my club, you can join the club and then join the arena. It's completely free. All right, it's time for my favorite h3 little move. That's sometimes how I play in Blitz. Because, you know, you're trying to hit this pawn on f5 sort of immediately. Sometimes white plays g4, fg4, and then h3. But then black has g3. And it's kind of a really weird game then. c5 is very interesting. Alright, g4, let's go. What is this madness? You played good for 4-month chess, Mr. Roya? Yes, you played very well. For a 4-month chess, you played absolutely incredible, actually. And that really is your only 4 months of studying chess, dude. You got a bright future. But you need to slow down, yeah? You need to slow down a little bit. You're playing way too fast. You need to think. You're missing critical moments. And you're playing like, you know, a lot of speed chess, and it shows, right? You orient yourself on 2-3 move threats, yeah? Which is basically what speed chess is about. But you know, to develop a deeper game, you need to sort of develop understanding of structure, long-term positional plans, you know, superior piece placement, middle game, all that stuff. But okay, it will come, yeah, if you keep studying. But it takes years. You got a coach. That's very helpful. Sure. All right, we got, actually, we're getting more people. So people, those of you who are just watching, instead of just being a spectator, wouldn't it make more sense to actually play? Well, Mr. VP, when your opponent has a pair of bishops, usually you don't open the center because the bishops become monsters. Okay, and your king now is very vulnerable. In addition to having an extra piece, yeah. I mean, if you have a choice between keeping a piece or giving it up, it's a good idea to keep it. It might get useful later. Maybe not immediately, but later it might be useful. All right. No, I don't coach Mr. Arcane Doctrine. How can one be rated 100? Why not? What is the problem with being ranked 100? By the way, again, this event is in the club. You have to be a member, join the club, and then join this. And the world is yours for the taking. All right. King is very safe here. You can later play bishop f3, or you can play rook h3. One of the ways to get the rook into the game by playing rook h3. All right, let's play something normal. And, g3 is like main move, but then Serrano played a3 against me in one of our blitz games. It was pretty interesting. Because stops bishop b4. But you spend the whole tempo on this, yeah? So, it's a dilemma. Alright, do you really want to take this pawn? If you play Dutch Stonewall, taking on c4 is probably not an option, yeah. So, yeah, you gotta play like that. Bishop f4. I don't know, let's just play b4 and go and try to break through. And try to break through with the brute force. Bishop d6, okay. Okay, b5. Actually, maybe not the best idea in the world. Yeah, c5. Forgot about that. Yeah, but this I think is better for white. Because the pawn structure is compromised and I have pair of bishops. So I like white's position for sure. And you're giving me more pawns. Why are you being so nice? Pair of bishops, extra pawn, weakness on e6. You're playing way too fast, man. You're playing fast and you're blundering stuff. Slow down and calculate tactics, okay? It's usually a good idea. Kick this knight out. More pawns. And then you have a material advantage to just trade everything. And should be win. A lot of intermediate checks. Two extra pawns. Hello, Mr. Chess Pawn. Chess Pawn, you know how to join this event? All right. Oh, we're playing UTD Chess Club, who is also streaming. All right. We're playing Dutch Arena, Dutch Opening Arena. And UTD Chess Club just raided us a little bit ago. All right. So sometimes you can play like this. And then there is a lot of line here, which I don't really remember. I think d5 is fine, actually. I wanted to keep my bishop open. Bishop f4. Huh. Fine. Play bishop f5. I was very surprised he didn't play g4 though. Yeah, now it's sort of like a mix with the Dutch, where white goes for the central gambit with e4, but it looks kind of very different, yeah. Somehow it looks completely different. Both of our f-pawns are gone. You don't really like to watch, Mr. Chess Pawn, but how can you just watch when you can play a Dutch defense? It is such an amazing opening, man. How can you just watch? Oh my god. Alright, we gotta play bishop b4. There's no question about it. There's no question about it. It's gotta be queen d5. probably. Actually, knight d5, knight c3 was maybe even stronger, yeah. It's okay, we're playing for fun here. I think black is fine because, you know, with the queen taking up the square from the knight, he needs like 2 more moves to develop this guy. He has a pair of bishops, but because this pawn is alive, it's gonna need quite some time to do stuff. Now there is a huge positional threat of knight a5, knight c4. Huge positional threats. Potentially you can have a threat of bishop f7, e5, so it has to play this. Going to a5. So black has the luxury of considering either long castle or short castle. Considering how this king on b2 is not that great. c3. I probably just castle short now. Because b5 is coming, a lot of stuff is coming. Alright. Who's gonna prevail in this battle? Take. Check. I mean, it seems pretty obvious, right? Who's gonna prevail now? Because we get the whole queen. And you save your king behind the enemy pawn. Pretty standard defense. Mr. Matt Gross. Okay, g3. Finally we get a Leningrad Dutch. Everybody knows I'm a huge fan of the Leningrad Dutch, right? Right, okay. Oh my god. How do you play here? Yeah, there's this plan. Actually, I think c5, knight a6, knight c7 was correct plan, but I don't remember. I don't remember why this is bad, so I'm gonna try this one. e5, knight g4, also very interesting, yeah. Like, we have to decide where this bishop goes. Where does this bishop go? All right. Sure, Mr. UTD. Good luck, man. Next time. You'll get us next time, guys. That's what he said. Wish him good luck with that. All right. It's probably e5, although I kind of like my bishop being opened. It's such a nice bishop, man. But e5 is very King's Indian sort of move. Very King's Indish move. And also keeping the center, yeah, because the white plays f4, e5, and black gets serious problems. This usually don't play. The reason being is because black can play f4 here. You really need to be very careful. If black is allowed to play f4 in the Dutch defense or in the King's Indian, it usually means black is starting to do well. Okay. Very, very dangerous to allow this. On the other hand, you couldn't really, on the other, I thought that you should take on e6, take on f5 or something first, yeah? Because now we're getting a lot of things coming up. He's got d6 potentially. Should we be worried about that? No. Can always play this. See how this rook now can potentially lift to the king side? So this is not the benefit of having played 8-5, okay? The rook now is potentially coming to the king side. This also stops d6. This knight is not going anywhere. Play bishop d7 to make sure he doesn't go anywhere. Some ideas like d6, d7 were in the air, but okay, h5. It's time to attack. And bring your King's English, Danish, Dutch to the forefront. And you can take and take, but I like c6, okay? It kind of stops absolutely everything. Rook a7 is very logical, and then b6, but I kind of like rook b6. Rook b4. Yeah, you do that to my rook, but your knight is also not a beauty. Bishop h6 or g5. All right, let's go g5. See, the thing is, like, this knight has no squares, everything is dead, and black just goes on a rampage here. But I am running short of time, so that's the only problem for now. Knight h6 looks okay. Just g4. Blow stuff up. Okay. Can play f3 probably. Knight f7. Bring the knights. Grab. Yeah, my rook on b4 is a beauty. Is a beauty. Alright, Matt, not a bad game. Time is getting low, that is correct. Alright, again, those of you who are new, you can join the club and join the event. It's free. You don't have to subscribe to my channel in order to play there. It's gonna run for another 1 hour and 21 minutes. Use it to try to test yourself in the knowledge of one of the best openings for black, which is the Dutch defense. It's a wonderful opening. It's a big fight. I very recommend. It gave me a lot of points in classical chess. So I cannot stress enough how I like this opening. So we can get this bishop, but we don't really care about this bishop. We care about this Nimzo structure, which is very good for black. And that is what we care about. But if you give me free bishop, I will take the free bishop. Okay? It is a free bishop. All right. My God. All right, this guy gives me absolutely everything. He's a very nice guy. All right, queen g6. So Daichi and Nimzo, especially with the when you play a 5 Nimzo, they're related, yeah. They're like brothers. They're like big brothers. All right, let's get this bishop. Finally. I'm gonna hit him again. Go back. You're not welcome here. Спасибо. All right. And as we mentioned before, I mean, we can play c5, c4 and lock this bishop forever, but you know, let's be nice and just trade everything, finish the game. When you have material advantage, trade stuff. Okay. Which eliminates your opponent counterplay pretty much. And you win the game by attrition. Without any chance of counterplay for your opponent. Okay. Which means you get 0 risk. Zero risk is very nice. A lot of times when you have an advantage, you know, you start to get this feeling, why don't I play some brilliancy? And you know what? Don't do the brilliancy stuff. Just win the game. All right. All right. Let's play g3 now. Everybody's stonewalling. My God. Why are you guys so fond of the stonewall? I mean, it's not a bad line, but sort of personal preference, yeah, I guess. Yeah, h6, don't play h6 like in Dutch defense, unless it's absolutely necessary, because you need the pawns together, okay? You need these guys together. There are some lines where you play h6, g5. But there are not many lines like that. Not many. Alright, open the file, bring the knight. Right, he's actually doing okay. Black is actually doing okay. Actually, why didn't take the pawn? What? My god, I told you about tactics and I don't do tactics myself. Terrible. I could have taken twice because he cannot capture because rook a shade. And you win the queen. Alright, that happens. So we were gonna do about this guy. And also about my queen. I don't know. Queen d3 doesn't look good. Usually play queen b3. Da-da-da-dum. Boom, 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 boom. All right, not actually probably, but not a bad position for black. I was a little bit careless. Knight d2, knight f3 was probably not the right way. Should have played c4, knight c3, and try to open the position because you have pair of bishops, right? You have pair of bishops, you need to open the position. Knights really like closed position. And that's what he got here. He got a closed position. f4. Where? All right, f4. Interesting move. 92 is very, very passive. I hate 92. Take. I play 94. One of the ideas of the queen b3, sort of try to use the spin in some tactical situation if it arises. So the question is, does the tactical situation arise here? I don't know. Yeah, the reason you don't take because there is rook f8 check and he gets something. Now he doesn't get anything back. He's just pieced down. He's just pieced down. All right, so bishop b4. Can do check. Check. Okay, that works. All right, again, for newcomers, you can join the club for free and play in this tournament if you want to. It's a Dutch defense arena. White is going for the counter stone wall. we're just gonna do our thing. Put the bishop here, right? Useful place for the bishop. If he's trying to castle, we need to prevent that. Now the rook gets the open file, which is very nice. And then there are probably several ways to play this. You can play d5, castle and c5, just, you know, go for an attack on this king. We can go directly for all the trades and attack on this guy. Come on, man. I believe you. Let me grab some food. Alright, let's just close this. He was trying to get some d5, e4, open the position for the bishops. So we need to close the position. Oh my god, okay. Grab absolutely everything he gives you. That's fine. Yeah, one of the things for the players they have to recognize is the king's safety. Okay, king's safety is very, very important. I think it's all the way until you're at about 2300 that the king's safety factor becomes is very relevant in a lot of times. Then I can play 94 probably, yeah. Well, give me the bishop, I grab the bishop, obviously. You give me this bishop, I grab the bishop. And e6, yeah. e6. Actually, e6 is a chicken move. Chicken move. e6 is a chicken move. Should I play d6 immediately? Well, the reason I'm doing this is because I wanted to have an option of playing c5, I guess. That's what I wanted to do. He allows this, okay. If he allows that, it's all good. King's Indian motive, knight a6. Knight protects the pawn and controls the square. A very King's Indian idea. Alright, probably bishop e6. It's nice to have pair of bishops always. Bishop f7. On guard. Guarding the king. You just played the GM. I'm very happy for you, man. Yeah, so the question is, how do I make a good position an even better position? He's gone after my bishop. Not a bad idea, actually. Okay, knight c5. Let's bring in the knight. Improve your pieces. One of the tenets of modern chess is you have to look for ways to improve your pieces. No, we don't give you this bishop for free, obviously. So check. Rook takes. We do not give you my bishop. Bishop c3 was probably winning immediately. But bishop e5 is a centralizing bishop move. Thank you for subscribing, Mr. Chess with Steve. I'm doing well, thank you so much. If you want to play in the tournament, join the club. And then this is the event. Alright. Well, it's a free pawn. Is it a free pawn? Well, we'll take it. f4. Alright, so several ways to play this position. Probably should just take and hit this guy. I mean, we already have a pawn. And the advantage of a pair of bishops is that you can always trade one. That is why it's so good to have a pair of bishops. Pretty famous statement. Activate your king, always pin for a win. And this pin is very, very deadly, yeah? Now he's completely paralyzed. White is completely paralyzed. Alright, thank you for following. Oh my god, Magnus Carlsen. If we beat you, could you raid shout us out? Dude, I can raid you for free, okay? After the event. You don't have to beat me. Just play your best and you play chess, man, and practice, okay? This is a practice arena. We're not playing for prizes. There are no prizes here. The only prize is, you know, you practice and you learn something and, you know, do something. All right. Hey, Mr. Turnmao, are you playing? This is the event. Yeah, this is Kramnik's approach to Dutch defense. He just pushes everything like a madman. But Mr. Vogel, you see, your knight has no squares. And then there's very famous Dutch problem with this pawn. Because you play a5, this is like an Achilles heel in Dutch defense. So you have to be very, very careful when you play knight d7, okay? Because suddenly, you're just completely lost. Yeah. All right, kamikaze attack. Grab more pawns. Yep. You love the Dutch. Everybody loves the Dutch. Even the Dutch love the Dutch. I think. Although I'm not sure about that. But I suspect that Anish Giri loves the Dutch defense. I can only guess. All right, this should be very good for white, but okay. I am being too relaxed. All right, fine. Let's just trade everything. Yeah, let's just follow the rules and trade everything and just win the game. Yeah. You don't think Serawan loves the Dutch, but he's not the Dutch. Oh, he hates the Dutch. Oh. It must be something personal. You can open the book on openings, of course, Mr. C. Dallas. Sure. Guys, this is practice arena. You can open books, you can do anything you want. You can analyze the game and then come back and play stronger. All right? It's not the event. It's a practice event for you, okay? Use the engines if you want to. Learn is the goal. Practice is the goal, okay? I mean, how are you gonna learn if you don't use the tools, right? Use the tools. Use the Opening Explorer. Use the engine. As long as you use it responsibly, yeah? Like, drink responsibly, all right? That's the point of this battery. All right, that's fine. Tana de Gli Schaki. Okay. All right, everybody, you know, this is a free event. You can join the club and join the event if you want. The club command is this. The tournament's link is this. You're Italian? Do you like the Dutch defense? I highly recommend the Dutch defense. The opening for the time when you need to win, or you want some complex game. There are two ways for black, three moves for black in this position. Queen e8, c6, and knight c6. Yeah. Of course, I remember nothing but knight c6. You know, I made my choice to play c6 like about 10 years ago, and I didn't look at queen e8 and knight c6 lines because I looked at those lines at that time and I wasn't impressed. But I can bet anything that with modern engines, both queen e8 and knight c6 are playable now. If you dig deep enough, I'm pretty sure they're both playable now. Knight a5, this move I do not know. This guy is pulling a fast one on me. I have a feeling he's pulling a fast one. Fabiano lost 2 crushing positions yesterday against Naka. Well, you gotta keep in mind that this was a rapid game. And Naka prepared those lines specifically for the rapid game. He played Smith-Morrow Gambit, which was a brilliant choice because he needed to take Fabi out of the book while he prepped those lines a little bit, okay? So again, rapid chess between players who are about equal strength is all about, you know, the ability to spring the first element of surprise and be the first to do so, okay? Knight h5 is very standard move in Dutch defense. Pretty standard because especially black plays h6 because you're hitting these guys, right? And this becomes really weak. So know this thing exists, right? So this reminds me of my game against Lenderman, but probably not exactly, yeah? Yeah, he played like this, and he put the knight on f4. Yeah, basically going after this pawn, okay? That's what he did. All right, and then there is this idea to play h3 and still hit this guy. This allows c5, yeah? This allows c5. I don't know if it's good, but it's very interesting. Ooh. And if I take twice, then what? Ah, okay. Miscalculation happened. Nothing to do with miss. With the female gender. Alright, let's play f4. Bishop d5, I forgot he can just take on c5. But okay, f4 looks good enough. This is the reason why I kept this rook here, so we can go sort of into this situation, but the situation is probably okay for black also, yeah. Check. Yeah, looks pretty equal position actually. Looks even Steven. Looks very even Steven. Yeah. All right. yeah, black is fine. C5, you know, it was just going for tactics, but it's not probably it's not a good idea. I mean, G4 is useful. Pretty much always. All right. When is next simul? Probably tomorrow if you want. It's not about courage, it's about experience, and it's about playing positions in a small amount of time when you're being caught in the prep. Fabi is a master of prep himself, so. But now Naka sort of turned tables on him, which was pretty smart, okay? Because remember in the first two games they played where Naka got absolutely crushed, Fabi prepared those lines for him. Okay? Fabi has very, very famous opening prep reputation. He's an opening assassin. So that's why Naka played those openings and he took that element away from Fabi. It was very smart. And in the middle game, also they played positions which were kind of good for... because Fabi had advantage, right? He kept getting advantage. Even with all that prep, Naka's point was not to get positions which Fabi isn't familiar with, but he had to take a lot of time to make correct decisions. And it paid off. And we got a raid from UTD Chess Club again. My god, it's the second raid from Mr. UTD Chess. We appreciate the attention he's given us. Is F4 really an option? I don't know. Yeah, okay, let's play E3. Rook E1. I'm not so sure about this idea. Yeah, but you should play G4, okay? Because I don't think allowing E4... I mean, it's probably okay for black also. But you're giving me a lot of spatial thing. If that's the thing. If that can be called the thing. Alright, so... G4. Probably E5. Probably just push stuff. Yep, same great mind think alike. All right, pretty much. Yeah, my knight on a3 kind of disaster, yeah. I have to do something about that guy. Alright. Meh. Ooh. Alright, let's go. Endgames. We love endgames. You streamed again just to play me. Winning with black in the Armageddon is a tough subject. Yeah. Armageddon is a tough subject. We need to take over the file. And the bad bishop strikes again. Yeah, this pawn is worth more to me than this bishop. That bishop is sad French bishop. You know, when he's bad, they call him French. They don't call him Dutch bishop. There is no bad Dutch bishop. It's kind of funny, but it's always a French fault. It's the fault of the French to have this bad bishop. Afternoon, Mr. Nor'easter. You're still in time to join the arena if you want to. So you guys want to have simul tomorrow or not? I haven't seen many enthusiastic replies. I was planning to do simul today, but then I saw there was nobody was excited about it, so I decided to do the arena. And we have actually 22 people in the arena. So that means people are happy. I'm happy to do the Dutch arena. It's been a while since I played the Dutch defense because, you know, you still need to study this opening if you want to play it with the top dogs in Title Tuesdays or Everything Masters. Yeah, you can't just play it without preparation. But it's nice to play it for fun. Yeah. All right, Mr. Pankleferan, you're up for simul tomorrow. Anybody else? JCM Maxwell is up for the simul tomorrow. All right, then it's tomorrow. 2 people is enough. I'm pretty sure a lot of other people will show up as well. Okay. So VP, you know, you understand the problem, right? With the way you played. You got weaknesses, less space, and that's why you don't allow white to take the pawn on d5 when you have to capture the queen or knight. Because white gets space advantage, easy game, and you get like hard defense ahead of you. All right. That bishop was kind of important because, you know, these squares are kind of important also. All right. Centralization. Followed by exchange. Fox was open. I played in Fox was in my 2004, 5, 6, or 7, I believe, years. I had some great games there. But then there was some event in Foxwoods in the hotel, which was a disaster. some crazy thing happened, which I don't want to talk about. But it was nice time there. It was nice memories. All right, VP. When you're down with queen, you normally resign, okay? Because there is no point to play. You gotta think in the opening and try to, you know, improve, yeah? Now you need to work on your tactics, because you're blundering a lot of tactics. This doesn't matter what openings to play, doesn't matter what strategy to play. If you're blundering tactics, nothing is gonna help you. All right? All right, Mr. Polpil. I'm gonna play this move. Normally I play e5, but for you we're gonna make an exception. But if you allow me to play e5, I will play e5. So the point is, if you throw in c5 first before e5, black gets an advantage because white doesn't even have c5 anymore. Mr. Polpil, you have a lot of time to think. Tactics, dude. You're blundering tactics. Think. Don't play so fast, man. Use your time. Alright, thanks for following. You didn't resign fast enough? No, it's not about resigning fast enough. It's you know, Ponomarev is pretty famous for playing until the very end, yeah? The very famous Ponomarev. Actually, c5 looks very interesting, but then you have knight b5. Kind of weird. A little bit too weird for me, so I'm gonna play this. Well, pair of bishops. I would say black has equalized. Pretty good chances to go for some serious aggression here. No, I don't like Stonewall. That's why I don't play it. I just don't like Stonewall at all. I mean, I played it sometimes. The most likely time I play Stonewall is when it was in the mix with the Catalan. Yeah, there I played it a lot, for sure. Yeah, because there you have to play it like that. Wow. Woo, 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 woo. Hold your horses. Hold your horses. Bishop d3 is not the best place for the bishop here, because it's not doing anything. But why cannot take it? I thought you're gonna play 22, so you know you have some retreat with a check or something. That would make more sense, dude. Alright, so probably just queen f4. This is like pretty weak now. Again, this bishop is not very useful. And black can just play like this, maybe even. Or not. Okay, there's queen g4, thank God. Thank God there is queen g4. I mean, which is why probably rook c5, bishop e4 was better. But then take, and where's the king going? Dude, where is my car? See, Dallas, thank you for the cheers, man. Opening predictions for a champ match. Usual stuff, pretty much. Something topical. Probably some... Well, it's a very short match, you know, which kind of sucks. Short matches I hate. Not enough time to do anything. Because you basically have to show up your best stuff right away. In the old days when you had, you know, 24 game matches, you know, you had time to probe your opponent in different opening lines, yeah. These days, no, you don't have time. You gotta win right away. It's only 14 game or 12 game match. I don't even know how many games they play, because I don't really care about this match much. I mean, everybody knows these are not the best players on the planet. Yeah, we all know who he is. So why are they trying to cheat us? Yeah, with a second-rate World Championship match is because they have no choice. They have to make it, because the World Chess Champion is an old man. He says he is very tired to play chess matches. Well, he has the right, for sure. He doesn't have to prove anything to anybody. He earned his rest. All right, Dutch defense. Yeah, this is pretty smart. You know, provoking me to play d5. It's very, very smart. Yeah, I don't like d5, f5. Knight g5, I think, is a little bit too early. A tad too early. Knight g5, knight b5, symmetrical stuff, yeah. Alright, let's kick him out. And very thematic c5. And a very thematic retreat back, which is followed by knight to e4. Another very thematic thing. You know what the Dutch is? Dutch is when you play f5, man. What do you mean? Of course you know. If you see a nice square for your minor piece, you should follow it. Da, 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 da. Pinning for winning, always. Grandmasters are tricky people, yeah? They're very tricky people. Could he take knight e6? There is bishop on c8. Okay. Knight c3, yeah, usually play knight f6, which is theory. They don't play e3, they play bishop g5. I don't know why everybody's so passive, man. Ah, you learned from this guy, yeah? That's nice. That's exactly what you should do. Learning from others. Best by example, yeah? Alright, castle. Leading by the example. Sure. But we're gonna go after your bishop. He's too hard to handle. He's too hard to allow to leave. Time to push the central pawn. Ooh, e4. This is actually pretty correct, I think. Looks like a correct choice to me. Now there is a dilemma what to do, yeah? Alright, let's go f4. I'm a big believer in the King's Indian Dutch attack. Thank you for following. Those who are new to the channel, you're a little bit late, but you can join the club and take part in this tournament for free. Why are you giving me the bishop? Playing too fast. Another too fast player. The grandmasters, they can play fast because they see a lot of stuff. The rest of you guys, you need to practice. All right, you know Italian? It's not a bad opening. Italian is actually extremely annoying. I can't stand Italian opening. Sometimes I look at it because, you know, I have to know some things. But if I can avoid it, I avoid it. You know. All right, counterattack. Your king is weak. Ting. You guys remember the Street Fighter Alpha? Remember there was this old man named Jen? It's pretty badass. Wait. This is completely winning. Must be mate somewhere. Alright, h5 first. Get a loot for the king. You don't have to rush. And then we're looking for mate, yeah. Something like this. You need the bishop on this diagonal. You play Mykonos defense, I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what that is, man. I barely remember that Mykonos was a pretty good ancient player. But I don't remember when he lived. Alright, so this is like, yeah, but you don't play d5 here, man. Because this is gonna be weak, okay? And it's not gonna be simple to fix it. Ooh, we got a pawn. Nice. Extra pawn is nice. Tactics is a powerful thing. Alright, so I got a pawn, yeah. Already got a pawn, so I'm cool. I am cool. What else can be done? Bishop g6 is possible, right? Then you play rook e6, and what is that? Bishop g6 maybe not the best move then, yeah. Alright, so just castle, yeah. Play with an extra pawn. And because f4 runs into queen h4, queen h7, that was a little problem. Now make sure the bishop is not trapped after g6. And okay, still a pawn. Rook endgame with an extra pawn. We can call the opening a success. The problem with the openings in modern days is that black equalizes, okay? But if you get an advantage, an extra material, then you call the opening a success. Rook d2. fine. Bring the king. Always bring the king. Alright, so we can just basically take and play rook c4, yeah. That's not pre-move. And rook goes behind the pawn. So that's how black loses his second pawn. I don't know, what do you want, man? Rook d2, check, rook b3, whatever. Push these little guys. Push, 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 push. G5. Yep, I got a lot better, man. Thank you. GG. GG, Mr. Speedrun. GG. Isn't that like how Naka plays this, yeah? Or something. I think I saw him play this. I'm extremely surprised. Look at all these holes, my god. Again, h6 in a Dutch defense is a big no-no. Unless you can support it with some tactical concrete achievement, but in this position, look at this. It's terrible. But the good thing is that you're learning this in the blitz game, in a useless blitz game. And in a serious tournament game, you know this, so you're not gonna play like this, right? That's why having practice games is so important. You're practicing stuff and you learn what not to do in a classical game. Tactics. You send me a challenge. We're playing in the event, man. Join the club and join the tournaments and play. Yeah, this is very good Nimzo for black. Yeah, white pawn structure is completely ruined here. I mean, the best you can do is probably, I don't know, equalize. If you get lucky. It is a thematic tournament, yes. It is a thematic tournament for you guys to practice stuff, to play Dutch defense. We have thematic tournaments we used to have like a few years ago, before I came to chess.com. We used to have these events like all the time. Then when I came to chess.com, the arenas that were often broken. The games won't load or etc. So I stopped doing this for a while. But it seems they fixed it, so we're gonna have more of these. Arenas are very, very useful. Useful to practice stuff. You can probably play even this. This is greedy move. I call this move greedy, but it's possible. It's greedy because I want to have absolutely everything. But it is possible, yeah. It is possible. Because h4 and castling short side don't mix together. This is where black usually plays. So whenever you play h4, this is a target. And if I play g5, then your king will be vulnerable along the h file. This is also a weakness. So if you play h4, don't castle. Alright. Then with white you suffer from Dutch. Okay, buddy. Alright, so let's go g5, yeah. We should do what we preach, right? He does rook, go back. This is a little bit optimistic. I mean, if I attack this rook, where it's gonna go, man? Very, very optimistic rook. You see how this pawn structure really prevents your pieces from getting anywhere useful? Okay. Back. In Nimzo, this is perfect square for a knight because he hits this guy. He's doing a good job doing this. Fine. Let's take this. Counterattack. The king has a role, a good defensive role. No. All right. Dutch French. If you play Stonewall, maybe French is okay, but French is very hard opening. It takes, I don't know what, to play French really well. One of the very few people I know who plays French well is Bluebaum. He's one of the very few people. And even then, Mr. Tiran Mao, is this a joke? Dude, you're not funny to yourself. Yeah, which is why when they play e4, you normally take on e4, okay? That's a standard procedure. Alright, Mr. Speedrun, we're waiting for your improvement. I think 96 is correct. But then we're getting to the same thing, no? And there is this move bishop b5. And this is strategically a very bad position for black. You see why? Because your bishop has no targets and knight will be on e5, you will be like a brilliant knight. Yep. Oh, Mr. Arsenal van Ricci, hi. So guys, we have a simul tomorrow, usual time. 9:20, 9:30, 9:40, alright? Approximately. Yeah, I'm not scared of opening the white lines because there is no attack. Normally you would be scared, but I mean, even f4 looks okay. Alright, so white has an obvious advantage, but yeah, I mean, they're always it's not winning, yeah? You still have to win this game. It's just not gonna be simple. Alright, let's push this bishop first to an uncomfortable location. Now we got him away from this diagonal, we got some squares, which we can probably should make use of. Okay, but rook e1 makes sense, yeah? Especially if we want to hit this thing here. I mean, taking on c6 is, and then fixing this pawn is probably just winning. This is terrible bishop, you don't want to take it, but it's just possible, one of the possible ideas. Second possible idea is just to push stuff, yeah? Just to push stuff. What do you want? Where is he planning to have counterplay? H4 looks reasonable, yeah. Looks reasonable. This pawn, wow. He should not take on g5, should play rook f5 immediately. Don't allow this opening of the file, man. Ah, you tricked me, okay, I see. I thought I can give you a nice cozy mate, but yeah, I should have just given you a mate somewhere, yeah. Alright. Actually, this is wrong. I should play rook h4. c3. Looks okay. My god, look at this position. Oh, time. I'm enjoying myself too much. Alright. Yeah, I'm enjoying myself way too much. I mean, it's +6, you know. Well, Mr. Arsenal Fan Richard, there are many ways to play this position. Yeah, you can go for the break, you can go for a squeeze. Again, you play for two results. Either you win or your opponent managed to make a miracle draw. So this is called a torture position, yeah. I mean, only one player makes a play, basically. The second player has to stay very passive and pray for a miracle to make a draw. Okay? It's not what you want to play with black. Let's think of it that way, okay? You have definite advantage, and then you're looking for ways to convert it. Alright. It looked tough conversion. Alright, let's see where we could have converted easier. So let's look at this position, Queen h3. You see the computer value is +4. This is +1. Queen h3, I don't know, a4 looks okay. The computer says g4, g5, and then you catch this queen, okay? So this is one of the ways you can look to win this by catching this queen. Because this queen seems to be very, very trapped, all right? So here, and the idea is you play like this, and you trap the queen. So this is one of the ways to win this, which is why black should not really play queen h3, but okay, he played queen f5 back. So the second way for white to play this is to triple on the e-file, and then you look for ways to attack this pawn, like knight f3, knight g5, or combine. Okay, you gotta play slowly this game. You gotta improve your structure, slowly squeeze your opponent until he runs out of moves and he runs out of the. There is a lot of Zugzwang possibilities. Okay, let's put it this way. Zugzwang in such positions is your friend for the winning side. Right, so make sure you use Zugzwang. Again, rook f3, he should play h5, queen f3. Again, the computer plays rook f1, queen g2, and goes for the queen trap. And after this, you notice the evaluation goes down, but it's still there. It's still +2, yeah, it's still winning. So the only problem I had if he plays h5 here. Then I thought this should be okay because I'm hitting this guy. And there is also knight c5 threat. And then that means I win the pawn. If you win this pawn, it's extra pawn. Your chances of winning this game have grown exponential, right? Yeah, because if he plays h6, okay, what to do? I played g5, but this is not correct. I mean, it's playable, but yeah, the computer likes h5 and then go for g5, g6. It's gonna take a long time to play this position. I don't know why g5 is not so great. I thought there was no difference actually between this and that line. But apparently there is some difference which I'm not very perceptive to understand. And somehow black has some chances here. Because he hits this guy, okay. And if rook f1, then he takes, and rook g5, yeah, based on this pin. Right, tactical motive. It's possible. Yeah, but you don't have to play this. Yeah, you can play a5 now, which is very strong. Because you sort of dig this bishop And then he has a choice, yeah. It's not the kind of position. Actually, I'm thinking FG5 is maybe even better. Because you keep an option of creating pass pawn. Alright. And then knight d3, and then you want to trade one pair of rooks. You really need to trade one pair of rooks here, I think. But not here, yeah? Alright, some defensive resources. Again, advantage is there, but gotta play slowly. A5 looks good. The idea is, you know, you play it like this. He gets the square for the bishop. But now you can play this. And there is a double attack, yeah. This pawn, this pawn. You win a pawn. If you win a pawn, game over. So if he cannot do this, so he cannot take this pawn. Knight g4. Rook e7. Indirect protection of your knight. And you have 2 extra pawns and you win. Alright, so it has to be, yes, Daich was knight c3, correct. So you have to play slow, okay? These positions you can't rush, because if you rush, you can give your opponent a chance. What I'm saying, when you rush, don't make this sudden strategic decisions where you change your pawn structure. Like play g5 or play c4 pawn breaks, okay? You want to maximum improve your position first. Then you want to calculate break in such situation where there is tactics and he is losing a pawn. Alright? Alright guys, so hope you enjoyed the arena today, and we're gonna have simul tomorrow, the usual time. And we're gonna, let's raid. We promised the raid to our buddy C Dallas. Right? Alright, how do we raid C Dallas? Let's see. Let's go Twitch, find the chess. Let's just come. Alright. Ooh. Where is C Dallas? Shach Opa. Bumblebee. I didn't know Bumblebee plays chess. Probably Prime. Maximus Prime plays chess. I'm pretty sure he does. But Bumblebee somehow doesn't seem right. Alright, did I miss you? Where is he? Dude, where are you? Taylor, Barm, moving with simple R, Ranger, Deutsch, John Curtis, Salty Clown. I don't see you, man. Wait, who raided me? Give me a second. Oh, UTD Chess Club. Okay. Let's see. Is there a UTD Chess Club? Alright, let's see. And they're not live. Oh, come on, man.
I didn't put a delay. Okay, good. Because if I didn't put a delay, there might be some problems. 15 seconds, huh? 15 seconds, yeah.
Yeah, they're not online. All right, fine. That means we're gonna raid somebody else. All right, so who are we gonna raid? Shall we raid the lady? Let's raid Jules Gambit. All right, why not? She looks like a chess.com streamer.
King G3.
All right.
Oh, that's their move, never mind. And then we have the pick the 5, which I did. They have King C2.
And off we go.
One check, and then I literally have mate. I'm just being stupid.
All right, guys. I'll see you.
Stupid, but I have 30
Have a good night, anybody.
faster and use a little bit better time. Shoemaker's fault, literally.
All right.
Just use
Have fun, everyone.
I am doing Jackie Kamsky. Thank you so much for the raise. Hello. How are you doing?
Good. Thanks.
Can you shut them out? With all my mods in the chat.